Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So I have a few questions and a couple things I want to talk about. Very quick video, but want to answer a few questions. So Sharon Hodge asked about the Crackle Mod Podge, and so I'm assuming she means the brand, Folk Arts Crackle Medium, not necessarily using Mod Podge, which they are two. I do them in two different ways. The Crackle Medium, you paint your base coat, let that dry, and then you paint this on, you let it dry. Then you put your top coat on. I don't think it matters whether it's enamel or glossy or matte or satin. I don't think the top coat matters. This, how you put this on is what's going to determine your uh, crackle. So you want to use the biggest brush that you have, and you want to only make one pass. So, if I'm using this brush, I usually will squirt this out in a line or on a different thing. I'll get it, and then I just go very lightly. I always hold up here. You don't want to push because you'll get smaller cracks, and then it'll look like you're not getting any cracks. And then once you master this, then you can do whatever kind of cracks you want. But just very lightly pull it down, go to the next section, pull it down very lightly, okay? Practice on a piece of paper that, you're just practicing on. Do that, leave it dry. The more you go over it like this, it's just not going to work. I don't know what it does. It makes the crackle very small. It like mushes it together. It just doesn't work. So try that. Let that completely dry. Do not use your heat gun. If you use your heat gun, that also changes the chemicals inside of it. But let that dry and then go ahead and put your top coat on and see if that helps you. If it doesn't, let me know and I will do a video again and show you just the crackle medium. I know I have a couple on here, but just to answer your specific questions and show you. So that is that. And like I said, I also have videos of me just using matte Mod Podge, but that's a different kind of technique. So that was that. Susie Overman asked, how do you keep paper from buckling? Well, depends on the kind of paper you're using. If you're using, this is a very thick watercolor paper. When you wet one side, where's my square bottle? Like if I wet this side, it's going to take a minute to soak in. It'll start buckling, right? You can see it's kind of buckling there. What you're to do is turn it over and wet the back side, and it will, probably not the best to do the thing on, but that will help it straighten out. Sometimes you can't help it. If you're watercoloring or using a lot of water, it will buckle your paper. The best thing you can do, besides buying the best paper that you can, is tape it down. Tape it down with some PINTREST tape or masking tape, and on all four corners. That way, I've been doing that a lot lately. It just helps me, with the painting or mixed media or whatever I'm doing. But yeah, you can do that. That will definitely help. But like I said, just spray it. I don't think I have, let me see. No, I don't have any of my paper sitting here to use. But yeah, so that's what you do. Spray both sides. You will see that when they're both wet and then they dry, and you can use your heat gun as well. It won't buckle. It'll straighten itself back out. It's really cool. Yvette Williams asked, oh no, she didn't ask. She told me, this is right. Yvette Williams said that she got a compact hair dryer at Walmart for $9. So for those of you who do not have a heat gun or anything and you want something to dry your work, go check that out at Walmart. $9. You can't beat that. And like I always say, go to your local Goodwill or thrift store, that kind of thing. They always have them for $1 or $2. So, there's nothing wrong with that. Mine, matter of fact, my heat guns, I love my heat gun, you can tell. But it's acting a little strange lately, and I'm like, no, because I love it. And I'll end up using the hair dryer as well. Okay, Nancy Kemp asked about what stencil I used with the little circles. It is the Andy Skinner Deco Art stencil, and it's called Bubbles. And I love it. And I don't think I have it sitting here, do I? Oh, Kelly. Yeah, I don't have it sitting here. I must have moved it over there. But anyway, I used it in a previous video. And here we go. This one. Yeah. It's called Bubbles, and it is Andy Skinner Deco Art mixed media line. And something else I get asked a lot is getting texture. Now, gesso is wonderful if you need to have more bang for your buck. I use folk art. You can use whatever you want. But if you take gesso and put it on some, let me see if I'll do it real quick. I just don't want to make this video too long. All right, let's take some gesso. Now, gesso you'll use in different ways, right? You'll use it to maybe prime a painting, ATC card, cover up something, whatever. But I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to take some color. And you don't want to go more than half of adding the color. I'm going to take my SKYPE thing, and I'm going to mix it. Okay, so now I'm getting a, and you can use this just for gesso like this as well. Maybe you know what background you're using and you're just going to prime it. Don't forget, gesso is wonderful. I don't always use gesso, but when I do, I love it. Okay, so then let's say we have a, oh, very prepared, Kelly. I don't have any of my stencils sitting here. I don't know what happened. We'll use this one. Okay, then you can take it and you can, you know, spread it on whatever you want. Leave it dry, and it'll give you some texture. You also can, you know, just take it and put it over. You could scrape it like you've seen me do. You can stamp in it. You can, look at that. You could draw in it to give it texture, whatever you want. And, you know, you're kind of getting bang for your buck because you're not spending, you see how you get some texture. You can scribble, you can do that. You know, you're using gesso. Maybe you spent the money to get gesso. Now, I also do this with Mod Podge. I will use, maybe I'll do a video on that next. I'll do it and leave it dry and then do it and show you guys. But yeah, you can really play with your items a lot. That's what mixed media is. Don't be afraid. Play. I know it's hard because when you do spend money to buy things, and it's your hard earned money, or it's your disability money, or whatever it is, this will drive me nuts sitting here. You know, I know it gets hard and you don't know what to buy, and you're watching this one on YouTube saying, oh, you gotta buy this, and you're watching me and I'm like, oh, you gotta buy that. I mean, I know it gets hard because we all have our things that we love, but you know, I think all of us would agree that spend the money that you can afford to spend and get the best that you can. I've told you guys for years, I use coupons, and I'll go get the new teal color or turquoise that Golden just re-put out, and I'll use a coupon. I'll make Dave go with me, or Emily, and you know, use coupons as well. You know, just be smart about it. I love folk art. I've been using folk art for over 20 years. I love it. I'm a fan of it. I use it all the time. I use deco art. So, I mean, you know, get what you can afford and don't beat yourself up. If all you can afford is Crayola watercolors and the Crayola markers, you rock that stuff, girl. You rock it, because those are just as good. And I am going to go buy some, and we're going to play with them and use them because you guys ask me a lot to do that. And it is no better time than the school season where everything's on sale. So I hope these helped you guys. I know I have a lot more to answer, but I only wanted to do this many, so I'm not keeping you guys, you know, forever. Believe me, I could sit here forever and give you guys tips and tricks and hints. So, and this is what I always do when I use a stencil. I always like to turn it over, because no, I don't wipe them. It's quite obvious, but look what happens. Look how you get a different, you know, you get the opposite, and it's a lot of, you know, it's more bang for your buck. I love saying it. I know I sound ridiculous, but it is. And once these are dry, they're really cool. So, you know, think outside the box, ask around. Do you have favorite YouTubers? Ask them their opinion, ask them to do videos, ask them what they do. You know what I mean? When money's tight, that's all you do. We're all a big community here, and nobody's better than anybody else. No matter how many subscribers you have, whether you have 10 subscribers or a million subscribers, we're all human and we all just want to help each other. That is it. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much. Remember, we're just progress, not perfection. Get what you can afford. Play. Don't forget to play. It's so important. And use your printer paper, to play and get ideas of what you want. So please share me around. I appreciate it. If you're new to me and you would like to be subscribed, click that button down below. And all of you, click that bell down there so you get notified when I upload. A lot of you are not getting notified. So yeah, click that bell. It'll just notify when I upload, or any of your, do that for all your favorite YouTubers, and know when we upload. So I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.